Because they have advanced evolutionarily, is that a word? Beyond human beings and have the capacity and perhaps the will to harm us. And or us them. So in order to stave off any future conflict, I've placed myself soundly in the middle of them, and I eliminate the bad ones and turn the ones that aren't a threat to humanity, take their powers from them.
Define bad ones.
Antisocial tomorrow people who use their powers to harm society, steal, harm people in other ways, which I won't say, but there's a few of them in episodes that we'll come into contact with. It seemed to start out pretty clear, and it's getting gray. It's getting gray as we go along. It's definitely complicated. I think Jedikah has a very clear, conscious philosophy of life and of his work. And once you start digging beneath the surface, you see that there's a lot of layers there that make it gray. I think when you're at the level of that profession where you're a scientist/politician, nothing is ever at face value. Whatever Jedikah seems to be saying, I wouldn't trust that it's necessarily what he needs all the time. I think he's watchful. I think you don't get to be in that position without being pretty clear and astute student of human behavior. But he's a smart guy. He's proving to be beyond his years in that realm. I play Jedikah as if he is right and believes in what he's saying and doing. And when complications arise, that's just more grist for the mill. Mind having a superpower or two. But I think Jedikah's got his own version of power, and it's pretty potent. And it's intelligence and other things, certain courage and conviction that I think is kind of scary when you come up against it. He's the kind of guy I'd want to have on my side, not against him, but that's for sure. So that counts for something, even if it's only a mere Homo sapien power. I've been worried about the consequences of the tomorrow people's effect on humanity, humanity's effect on the tomorrow people. Enviousness surely is an unconscious component in there somewhere as well. I think Jedikah's sense of justice is pretty strong, and I think that would be a devastating thing to learn. That would be devastating, but perhaps Jedikah is hiding things. Complicated, man. God, it's complicated. I'm thinking about it. His conviction, and I love his passion and his intelligence. In life, you don't always have the guts to carry something through, especially when you have to carry it through to a very uncomfortable series of ends and do things that most people would find morally reprehensible because you're working for something bigger. Most people don't have the guts to work for a cause like that. And so it's nice to be able to play one and not have all the fallout consequences of actually doing it. So he's braver than I am, I think, and smarter and more convicted. So that's what turned me on about it. And he's complicated, you will see.